What's up, everybody? Today we're going to look at the brand new SMG that was added with the Season 3 Battle Pass, the ppsh41, and as always, we're checking it out in the Zombies mode. And as always, my test is done completely bare bones on D Machina. We are going to completely ignore the fact that I did the ZRG on Outbreak, but that's a sniper rifle, it's a different story. Ignore that, it never happened. Unless you didn't watch it, then go back and watch it, because it's a pretty good video. Anyways, this is a fast-firing SMG, and I mean 909 rounds per minute with a 32-round standard magazine. Iron sights aren't too bad, and I gotta say, I'm a big World War II gun fan. I love World War II weapons, so this one kind of fits into that niche a little bit. I do not prefer fast-firing weapons, especially fast-firing SMGs, especially in zombies, because they are bullet hoses, and you'll find yourself running to the ammo box all the time. But I have some positive things to say about this weapon, other than the fact that it's a bullet hose. Let me get the negatives out of the way real quick. One, with any fast-firing weapon in Cold War, I've noticed that oftentimes your felt recoil and the visible recoil are very different. And that leads me to the point that the ppsh41 has basically no recoil. Even as a bare bones gun, I had no problem controlling the recoil, but my issue is the visible recoil on the gun. It makes it very difficult to do sustained fire. I found myself tapping it. Tap fire was allowing me to find the iron sights easier. I was able to kind of recenter my shots, which there was times where when I was going full auto, I found myself overcompensating and kind of like throwing my shots off. But the gun is super low recoil. Visible recoil, I wish they would fix that on a lot of the guns, because your visible recoil sucks on a bunch of the weapons, especially the really fast firing ones. And I will say, for a weapon like this, you're going to find yourself reloading all the time because it's a bullet sponge, or a bullet hose. And that is one of the biggest downsides. Now, the reload speed isn't terrible. It isn't terrible. And a 32 round, having those couple extra shots, I know it's not a lot, but having a couple extra shots in the default magazine is a plus. It's not bad. The damage itself feels okay. With fast firing weapons, you know, stuff like the MP5 and such like that, the damage doesn't always feel the best, especially if you're not getting headshots. If you're not getting headshots, it's taking way too many bullets to finish off zombies. Even in like the super early waves, I felt like it was just like I was like spitting on them, you know, it was ridiculous. And I will liken this gun to something like the Bullfrog. Now, the Bullfrog, in my opinion, is a very good SMG in zombies. And I mean, even default, that gun was incredibly good. That's just because it has good recoil, good iron sights, a big standard magazine, and had good damage range on it. Now, the ppsh41, its damage range is okay. The high rate of fire and the base 32 round magazine, I think, you know, will slow you down in the beginning, but I think when you get the attachments, which I mean, this thing has insane magazine attachments, of course, you know, the big drum mags and stuff like that. So I think this gun, like, you can probably like kit this thing out for speed, damage range, and just the biggest magazine you can get, and this thing's gonna be nuts in zombies. I think this thing will actually be really good, especially considering when you pack a punch it. Now, when you pack a punch this weapon, you get the Grizzly Reaper. Sounds pretty cool. I can dig it. I'm going to go with it. And of course, you get the damage modification. But the most important thing is with the default magazine, you go from 32 to 80 rounds. That's more than 100% boost to your magazine capacity. That's mental. That's bonkers, dude. Because if you think about it, when you pack on the high capacity magazines, I think there's like a 70 and a 75 round mag. You're gonna be packing probably close to 200 rounds, and I mean, you're gonna be able to lay some heat down with this gun, and it's gonna be nuts. It's gonna be really crazy to see how that's gonna feel, because The jump from 32 to 80 was like amazing because I felt like I could sustain fire longer, and it felt good because I felt like I could fight a crowd. You know, when I was, you know, running a train of zombies, I felt like I could turn around and actually kill them all without having to stop and reload 3 times in the middle of shooting at them. So, awesome. I'll also say that when you have that many rounds, when you have 80 rounds, and you just full auto, like, mag dump this thing, your aim is going to kind of be all over the place. I mean, as I said, the recoil is easy to control, but the one issue is your visible recoil kind of throws you off a little bit. I felt like there was a lot of missed bullets. Like, bullets I had no right to miss, but I was just kind of like, how many shots can I land, you know, before my mag runs dry? And it's fun. I think Pack-a-Punch, this thing's brilliant, and I can't wait to try it, like, kit it out with the biggest mag I can find to see just how much firepower is at your disposal. So all in all, right out the gate, the worst thing you got to deal with is the iron sights and the 32 round magazine. Otherwise, I think this is a pretty good gun. I was pleasantly surprised. Typically, I'm not a huge fan of fast firing guns, and I was kind of worried that this thing was just gonna suck. It was gonna be a little pea shooter in zombies, and it felt like you're just gonna be, you know, you could throw nastier insults than this gun could sling bullets. So I'm pleasantly surprised. I think this is gonna be a really good one, kind of capped out. I also think this is gonna be a good weapon for the cryo ammo, because I mean, with that high rate of fire, you're gonna be able to freeze a lot of zombies. I think it's gonna be pretty crazy. So I would say definitely give this one a try. She's pretty fun. It's nasty. It's gonna be a good one. Little tough for your first few waves until you get Pack-a-Punched, but you know, once you get that Pack-a-Punch on and you get a couple of rarities up, it's a solid weapon. It becomes way more solid, and I think once you get like even like your first wave of attachments on it, like all your like tier 1 attachments, I think it's gonna be pretty good. You know, so give it a shot, give it a try. I don't think you'll be disappointed in this one. And as a bonus for this episode, I wanted to talk about the new field upgrade, Toxic Growth. Already got mine to tier 5. I mean, I've played a lot of Outbreak over the past like 2 days, and I have to say, Toxic Growth is so good. It's so good. They 100% honest have been doing the field upgrades really well in this game. The field upgrades feel like they are meant to be powerful and they are meant to be helpful, and Toxic Growth fits a very good like niche that I've been looking for. And as you guys know, I like to use melee weapons in zombies for the shits and the kicks, and Toxic Growth allows the use of melee weapons a little bit easier. And in the game, I'll show you guys some of the gameplay, which is my ppsh41 gameplay, but it is effective. It is super effective, and it does a lot more damage than I thought it was going to. I'm almost imagining they're going to nerf the damage, because at the current point, it feels way too powerful. And I mean, Toxic Growth comes in, I mean, when you spawn it, it has a lot of health. Like, even default, it had a lot of health. And the health only goes down when zombies run through it. So your Toxic Growth will remain where you put it until it runs out of health. And, I mean, it slows down zombies that run into it and damages them. When you got it all the way up to tier 5, you can drop 3 vine bushes, and then when zombies die in it, they explode and infect other zombies and slow them down. It's crazy. It is crazy how good it is. And I mean, you'll see in the footage, like, I'm on the wing of the plane, just standing there, letting them walk into it. And if you have insta-kill, holy crap, you don't have to do anything. You just barricade yourself. You just stand there. It's crazy. It's crazy. For high-level stuff, I think the Toxic Growth is going to be, like, a go-to. I think it's... I can't wait to see what meta evolves around it and, like, tactics and stuff like that. But, you know, I've used it. Using it D-Machina, it felt more efficient in a game mode where it was easier to choke point than it was Outbreak. Now, I did use it successfully numerous times in Outbreak. Really good for the dragon. I would drop a couple of those in the circle with the dragon. And, I mean, I was using a melee weapon because I was working on unlocking the E-tool and the ballistic knife, which, stay tuned. Stay tuned for that one. Just saying, for the ballistic knife. But Toxic Growth has come in clutch. It's really good for fighting megatons. I've tried using it on the Soldat. Not that good because the Soldat jumps around a lot. You know, works pretty good on Manglers. Good on Mimics. Tempests, yeah, we know about Tempests. But give it a shot. You know, you're going to have to play with it a little bit and experiment just a touch. Just a little bit. To find out how it fits with your playstyle. Now, with melee weapons, that's one thing. With guns, it's a different scenario. I was using it more to slow down zombies and, you know, kind of work my choke points and buy myself time than, you know, versus how I was using it with melee weapon, where I was using it to slow down zombies and get kills. So it's all personal preference. You know, you're gonna know what you want to do with it, and it's just really good. All right, now I can keep ranting all day long about how I enjoy these 2 new additions, but I'm gonna cut it here. We've already gone a little bit more long-winded than I intended to, but hey, it happens. Stay tuned and catch my next video on Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, because that'll be the sniper rifle, the new sniper rifle. I still have to unlock it. I'll be there soon enough, because Outbreak is amazing for Battle Pass. And also stay tuned, because I'm going to do a video for the E-tool. I'm going to do a video for the ballistic knife. It's going to be crazy. There's a lot of content coming, so stay tuned. If you liked it, leave a like, comment, subscribe. If you're not subscribed, you should be. And come back for more, you know? Anyways, I hope you have a good one, and hope to catch you in the next one.